Welcome back to Lonely Man BGs, in this overview of Village Attacks, a 1 to 5 player cooperative game. In Village Attacks, you and your elitist monster friends attempt to defend your mansion castle from the humanoid proletariat militia that is gathered just outside your portcullis. In order to win the game, the monsters must vanquish enough of these vile pests to break their spirit and force them into a retreat. On the other hand, if these riled up village people destroy the castle heart, any hope of future evildoing is curtailed. Now, we'll go over the components. First off, game tiles. There are 14 missions that players will play in Village Attacks. These missions give players objectives to complete and also have specific setups. This is what the setup for Mission 1, Lessons of the Past, looks like. Game tiles are used to construct the interior of the castle, and there are 3 main types: corridors, small rooms, large rooms. This differentiation matters for understanding traps, as certain traps may only be placed in specific room types. Rooms may also have condition markers that are placed to show unique conditions for each scenario. For example, in Mission 1, the armory has a condition where villagers deal an additional damage when attacking from this zone. Within the confines of the castle lies the castle heart. From this room emanates a mystical power that binds the beings of the castle to it. The health of the castle heart is kept track of by the game overview tile. If the health ever reaches 0, the monsters lose. In addition, the overview tile tells of village morale, which decreases as monsters kill villagers and complete objectives. The overview tile also gives information on events and traps. As the village event dial reaches certain points as indicated by each mission, new village events are drawn from the village event deck. Events like Troll happen once, whereas some events persist, like Keen-Eyed, which gives peasants additional range. During setup and throughout the game, trap cards are also placed on the overview tile. These are available for purchase, and depending on the trap, may only be placed in certain rooms. Traps also only target certain types of villagers. For example, this mimic chest targets town heroes, and may be placed in either small or large rooms. Now that we've taken a general look at the castle, let's get a perspective on its occupants, of which you shall take command. The base game comes with 5 characters: the Succubus, the Banshee, the Dullahan, the Vampire, and the Lich. The back of each dashboard gives information on the monster you have chosen, and more monsters are available as expansions. Each monster is represented on its dashboard via image, as well as in miniature form, which roams the castle. These dashboards show critical information such as health and how much experience is needed to level up the monster. Before we explain anything else about the monsters, we need to talk about dice. Dice act as currency within the game. They allow you to control your monster, purchase traps, and activate objectives. The base game comes with 6 black monster dice, but custom dice based on the monster's type are available as add-ons. Before a monster's turn, the player rolls these 6 dice, each allowing for 6 possible results: melee, ranged, magic, defense, retaliate, villager. On each monster dashboard, there are spots where players may allocate these dice to defend and move, and players may even hold dice in reserve for later rounds. The number of boxes available vary between monsters. For example, the Dullahan can allot up to 3 dice for defense, while the Banshee may only allocate 1. Finally, each monster begins with a single ability, and as they gain experience and level up, they will choose new abilities or upgrade existing ones. The Succubus's infatuation, for example, will prevent peasants from attacking her. In order to use some of these abilities, a die may have to be spent. Let's move on to the villagers. Peasants are the first type, which are vast in number but weak. They will make up the majority of the attacking force. Hunters are more rare than peasants and have access to a range attack, which makes them more dangerous. Town heroes are famous monster slayers who have taken up the call against the castle. There are 5 heroes in the base game: Alchemist, Executioner, Bounty Hunter, Skald, and Gravedigger. Each hero has a list of stats. For example, the Executioner has 8 health, 1 speed, 3 attack damage, and 0 range. Each hero also has a special ability and a type of monster they are more effective against. Every round goes through 3 phases: monster, villager, and cleanup. In the monster phase, each player will roll their dice, then decide what actions to perform. As shown before, they can move around, attack, use dice to defend, reserve dice for later, and use their special abilities. Missions will require different objectives to be achieved. For example, in Mission 6, Dinner Time, the monsters are aggressively inviting 4 peasants to the kitchen, which sometimes involves knocking them out and dragging them through the castle. In the Villager phase, active villagers on the board attack targets within range and attempt to advance to the heart of the castle. Traps can keep them at bay, but new villagers respond at the end of this phase. There are also advanced rules that players can add, such as status conditions. Some of these conditions affect only monsters, like Sunder, Silence, and Slow, whereas conditions like Stun and Burn affect both monsters and villagers. Players who like a little challenge can choose the day and night mode, or even introduce a troll to the party. And this concludes our overview of Village Attacks. Thanks for watching.